Broadcasting live from the Albay Pio News Center, providing you the most exclusive news updates from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, the Provincial Tourism, Culture and Arts Office, PTCO, headed by Dorothy Collier, spearheaded the experts consultation meeting on Tuesday as part of its initial steps for the fiscal year 2024 for the inscription of Mayon Volcano in the UNESCO World Heritage List. Present during the said meeting are the concerned agencies such as PENRO, PPDC, Bicol University, Bicol National Museum, Albay Enro, DNR, and the Diocese of Legazpi. Involved stakeholders form part of the core group that discussed the plans for strategizing for a strong nomination of Mayon Volcano for its enlistment in the World Heritage List of UNESCO. In a related story, the strategic planning in preparation for the nomination of Mayon Volcano to be inscribed in the UNESCO World Heritage List kicks off on Wednesday, January 25, 2024, attended by the expected core and VIPs. As part of the intensive process of fulfilling the requirements to be submitted to UNESCO, participants involved the DNR, PGA, ENRO, Albay PPDO, Bicol University, LG of Daraga, Inubatan, Kamalig, Legazpi, Tabaco, and Malilipot. They all took part in a two-day series of workshops and breakout sessions for stakeholders' analysis and cementing their vision, goals and objectives for Albay and Mayon inclusion to UNESCO Heritage List. The said activity was concluded by an ocular inspection of stakeholders at notable sites around Mayon Volcano. In another news, Provincial Planning and Development Office PPDO Coordinator Arnold Onrubia has confirmed that the provincial government of Albay is now working on the Linion Hill development project as early as first quarter of this year. Among the suggested rehabilitation efforts are the revival of some tourist tourism activities like the zip line, hiking, trekking, and a possibility of including camping and glamping. The construction of a new infrastructure is also one of the highlights of the said meeting, emphasizing that a consultation meeting with the DNR and other agencies must be arranged to ensure the safety of the visiting tourists. In the national scene, Vice President Sara Duterte attended the government-organized Bagong Pilipinas rally in Manila, but also said that she is opposed to charter change, against which a prayer rally was also scheduled yesterday. The Quirino Grandstand Assembly was led by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., while former President Rodrigo Duterte and his allies attended the Davao City event. Former President Duterte said earlier this month that he sees no need to change the 1987 Constitution. In a related story, the House of Representatives could transform the government into a parliamentary system if the ongoing People's Initiative campaign prospers, according to former Supreme Court Associate Justice Antonio Carpio. The ongoing People's Initiative, one of the three ways to revise the Constitution, seeks that senators and congressmen vote jointly on charter change proposals. Joint voting would mean that the Senate's 24 members will be outnumbered, with the House of Representatives having more than 300 lawmakers. In another news, Senator Nancy Binay on Sunday decried what she described as fake people's initiative to push for charter change, saying this would have a negative implication on the economy and that blame should not be directed at the Senate. In a statement, Binay reiterated that the Senate is not behind the people's initiative, and the upper chamber remains committed to addressing economic issues, but she said it will not allow individual interests to prevail. Binay also clarified that the fake people's initiative did not come from the Senate. And in the news outside the country, Japan and the United States have recently agreed to begin joint research on artificial intelligence in the hope of using the technology for drones that would work in tandem with the Asian nation's next fighter jet. Japan plans to co-develop a next-generation fighter aircraft with Britain and Italy by 2035. While the United States, Japan's key security ally, is not part of the fighter jet project, it has sought to bolster defense cooperation with Tokyo, including in autonomous system capabilities. The U.S. Air Force said that the objective of AI study is to revolutionize airborne combat by merging state-of-the-art artificial intelligence and machine learning with advanced unmanned air vehicles. In another story, North Korea fired several cruise missiles yesterday, January 28, 2024. Seoul's military said the latest in a series of tension-raising moves by the nuclear-armed state. The launch comes days after Pyongyang fired multiple cruise missiles toward the Yellow Sea, which is said was the first test of a new generation of strategic cruise missiles. Pyongyang has accelerated weapons testing in the new year, including tests of what it called a underwater nuclear weapon system and a solid-fueled hypersonic ballistic missile. And finally, in the news outside the country, a U.S. jury on Friday ordered former U.S. President Donald Trump to pay $83.3 million in damages for defaming writer E. Jean Carroll. The writer has accused Trump of destroying her reputation as a trustworthy journalist by denying in 2019 he raped her nearly 3 decades ago. The jurors spent Friday hearing closing arguments on the case. Carroll's lawyer had pushed for Trump to pay dearly for defaming Carroll and for denying the rape narratives. The ordered payment was broken down to $18.3 million in compensatory damages and $65 million in punitive damages. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break, January 29, 2024. We'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, Francia May Boras. And on the technical side, Chad Bobbies. Our Provincial Information Officer, Attorney Mary Lou Duque Castillo. And under the supervision of our Governor, Attorney Greg Slagman, I am Greg HALLARE. Thank you for subscribing.